guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite lover girl, and we're back with another video to heal, learn, love, grow, and maintain. Today I'm so excited because I can finally continue my legacy project. So today we are doing part 2 with my grandfather. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into this video. All right, before we get into this video, Papa, will you introduce yourself? What is your name?
My name is Thomas C. Costler.
This, of course, like I said, is my grandfather. This is my mom's father. So, what year were you born?
I was born in 1943 in a little town called Sykesville, Maryland.
So, currently, as of March 17th, how old are you?
I'm 80. I was 80 in October.
So, how does it feel to be 80?
Old?
Do you feel like reaching that age is an accomplishment?
I do, because I think the average age for blacks now is, black males anyhow, is only around 78. So I've passed that. So yeah, I feel lucky.
Definitely. So, what is your greatest memory from your childhood?
Growing up with my siblings and the fun we had without having much of anything, being poor and still finding a way to have fun with the relatives and friends in our local area.
Yeah. So far, in your 80 years of life, what is your greatest accomplishment? Or what do you feel has been your greatest accomplishment?
Greatest accomplishment will always be my children, having my children. My personal accomplishment is being able to travel and to be successful in the career I chose in the military.
What was your dream job growing up?
I don't know if I had a dream job growing up. Being poor when we were young and not having much, I didn't have any great dreams until I got out of high school. I always wanted to be a teacher like my mom, but I wasn't able to accomplish that. But after going into the military, my dream was just to be able to provide for my family and to have a good career.
Okay, so you talked about the military. So what job did you have?
Initially, I was assigned after basic training. I was assigned here to McGuire Air Force Base in the air freight section, which meant we were responsible for supplying the Department of Defense with whatever was needed at different locations around the world. So we had to load planes and build pallets of cargo or food or equipment, whatever was needed for our soldiers and airmen and other military personnel at locations overseas.
So what did you end up doing completely in the military?
Well, I stayed for 26 years and I reached the rank of E9, Chief Master Sergeant. And I spent the last 10 years mostly at 21st Headquarters here at McGuire Air Force Base. And my primary duty then was training reserves and National Guard personnel for their wartime taskings.
Okay. So did you choose the Air Force? Did you want to do any other branch, or just the Air Force drew your attention more?
No, I always wanted the Air Force. Many of my brothers served in the Army, but no, I wanted the Air Force.
Okay, and what hardships did you have to overcome?
In the military or?
No, in life.
In life, Greatest hardship was probably, see, I grew up in the 40s and 50s, so it was probably overcoming or trying to overcome the racism that was going on in our country at the time, trying to live within uh, the means that were established for blacks at the time. Uh, as much as we hated it, we had to find a way to live within the laws that were currently on the books. So that was always a challenge. I never went to a integrated school. I only went to a segregated school.
Mhm.
Uh, in the last few years of high school uh, in Maryland, they did open up or integrate some schools, and some of my friends uh, spent their last couple of years in integrated schools, but uh, I finished my education in a segregated school.
Okay. I never knew that actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is your favorite food?
Apple pie and ice cream,
I know that one for sure. How about your favorite color?
blue.
I started realizing that more with the changes that you've been making. What hobbies do you have, and what hobbies did you have growing up?
Uh, growing up, we didn't have much of a hobby. It was just mostly working on the farms in the area, and what little time we had to play, we shared that with our friends, riding our bicycles from our home to our cousins' homes or to our friends that uh, lived close by. Occasionally, my older brother and I and my two cousins, Gary and Billy Hudson, would ride our bikes as far away as Westminster, Maryland, where our high school was, and it was about 14 miles each way. And so we would spend our Sundays sometimes just doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But no big hobbies until after I retired from the Air Force. And then I got back into riding motorcycles again. But prior to that, if I would consider anything a hobby, it was reading. I always loved history, so I would read as much history as I could.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's something you felt like redirected the course of your life?
Redirected the course of my life.
Like changed it.
Uh, I don't know. Maybe after I retired from the military, I started thinking about what direction I may go in. Because when you're in the military, you just kind of focused on one thing, and you have this feeling around you that you're secure. The military is always going to take care of you. But then when you get out of the reach of the military after you retire, you start thinking about what are you going to do with your life then, and are you going to still be able to provide for your family? Do you have to find another job and that type of thing? But the whole time, the 26 years I was in the military, I didn't give that much thought because I felt secure while I was in the military.
So, how did the military shape you as the person you are now?
Oh, it made a big difference because I was just a country boy from Maryland who had never been off the East Coast before until I joined the military. And once I joined the military and began seeing the world and learning about different cultures and different people and just traveling in general. Yeah, I really enjoyed that, especially the part of going to other cultures and meeting and living with other people and just learning about how they live their lives. Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
So I know you guys made a lot of friends in different areas like Spain and Hawaii. So what was your favorite place that you visited throughout your time in the military?
Uh, Probably Spain. We had so many friends in Spain that we still have to this day. Our families are still close. Puerto Rico was also another place. The godparents to my second son are from Puerto Rico, and we enjoyed our tour there. Uh, we had a lot of good tours. I still have friends in Hawaii that I met when I was there in the 60s. So we had a good military career because I was able to take my family with me to every place except to Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. That's true. So you have four children. What is something you'd like to say to each of your children, starting with my Uncle Sean?
Well, I'm proud of all my children. I don't have to single any of them out. They've all done well. They've all made me and their mother proud of them. Uh, I respect uh, Sean, Kevin, and Brian for the men that they have become and how they're taking care of their families. And I respect my only daughter, your mom,
Mm-hmm.
uh, for the life she lived and is still living, and her caring heart. She's a special lady to me. Uh, so I'm proud of all my kids, and I'm glad they're doing well. And uh, I'll always do whatever I can to assist them or help them as long as I live.
Yeah. And what are their nicknames?
Uh, there's only two I really had nicknames for. I used to call, I think, Sean, my firstborn, when he was a baby. I think we used to call him Old Man.
Mm-hmm.
And your mom, Tanya, I've always called her Pretty Girl
Which then got passed down to me.
to Baby Girl. Yeah. But I think Kevin and Brian, I don't think I really had any nicknames
Yeah,
for
Grammy said the
them.
same thing. She said she called Uncle Brian Bry, but that Uncle Kevin didn't really have a nickname growing
Yeah,
up.
not that I remember. No.
Yeah. So what's something you loved about fatherhood and still love? You still are a father, so.
Uh, in younger years, I enjoyed working with the with the kids in their development in sports and stuff like that. I always got involved with that, or with Boy Scouting and the Weeblos and their baseball teams, and just seeing them grow and mature.
Mhm.
Uh, I remember years ago watching your mom go to modeling school, and uh, I remember teaching all of them how to drive. Uh, but in all honesty, much of the raising of the kids were done by your grandma, because I was gone a lot
Mhm.
with my military duty, and because of the limited pay that we used to get in the military, I always had a second job, so I was always gone from home a lot, and your grandma, your grandma did much of the hands-on raising at home while I was either on the road with the military or at a second job. So I give her credit for that.
Yeah. So you have a lot of grandchildren. What's something you would like to say to all of us as a whole?
I do. I think I have 12 or 13. I'm not sure of the number.
Hmm.
But just don't give up. Uh, there's going to be hard times, but you have to hang on to what you believe in, and don't be afraid to ask for help when needed, and just don't give up. Do whatever you can to help better yourself, and to prepare yourself for your future, but just don't give up.
I think that's important, especially in the times that we are in with the economy, and it's frustrating. And I can say for my own part that I appreciate how much you have helped me. You allowed me to stay here, which you don't have to do, but it's hard out there. Like, I've been trying to move out, for years, and
Yeah,
just the amount of like jobs that I've had and the amount of money that I continue to try and save up, it's like it's never enough because so many things are going up in prices, from rent to even groceries to getting your car fixed. It's like
yeah,
it's a lot harder nowadays, and I can work 3 4 jobs and still not have enough. So I appreciate how much you have done for me and continue to do.
yeah. It's not easy out there. We all realize that. Most of the adult parents now realize that, and it's nothing wrong with having to come back home. You need to get out there and try. Everyone needs to get out there and try to do it on their own. It's just a part of life.
Yeah.
But most parents are going to say, if you have to come back home, then there's always
The door is
a
always
place
open.
for you. Yes.
So, how many siblings do you have?
Uh, we had a family of 12, so I have 8 brothers and 3 sisters. We are the offspring of Jane Elizabeth and Isaac Eldridge Costley, both who are passed now and are buried at our home church in Sykesville, Maryland. But yeah, a total of 9 boys and 3 girls.
So, what's something you like to say to all of them?
Well, 3 have passed. My oldest sister and my oldest sister's name was Anna. She was a teacher. And my 2 brothers, Larry and recently Mike, passed away. But my other brothers and sisters, we don't see each other as much. We love each other dearly, but we're not a real tight family like other families are, where they come together every week or every month or every summer. We just haven't been that kind of family. We will do anything for each other,
Mm-hmm.
but we just haven't been. I wish we were tighter than we are, but it doesn't mean that we have any disagreement with anyone. It's just the way we are as a family.
Right.
But I love them dearly, and I wish them all the very best. I just talked with my sister Dora Jane the other day. Matter of fact, I have to take her to an eye appointment tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And my youngest sister Robbie, she stays in touch with me all the time. I probably spend more time with my brother Mark than anyone else, because he's also a bike enthusiast. So we take trips together in the summer months.
Mm-hmm. So, what is some advice that you have for me as I navigate through adulthood?
Uh, that to know it's not going to be easy. Uh, Life in general nowadays is not hard for anyone just starting out trying to get a career. Uh, but if you have a dream, you try to strive for that dream. You may not always get it, but you can strive for it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I would say to you, as I said in an earlier question, just don't give up on whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. Keep striving for it, keep working towards it. One day you'll get that special break and things will start to fall into place. But it's not easy. Wasn't easy for us when we were younger either, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a part of life.
Yeah. That is very true. I mean, like I say to mom all the time, you know, in her field, it took her a while to get there, and she started out as a low level, and she didn't finish college and was
Mm-hmm.
able to achieve so much. So I know that it is possible. It just gets frustrating sometimes, but I have a good family and support system that I know I can rely on. So
Yeah.
thank you for that. When I know this is a harder question to maybe answer, but when you are no longer here, how would you like to be remembered?
As we get closer to that date, uh, just as a good person. That's all. Just to have someone say that I was a friend of TC and I could depend on or TC, and I know that if I had called on him for anything, he would have reached out and helped. That's all. Just as a good person.
You can definitely say that. I mean, we just celebrated your 80th, and I was happy to have been a part of that as the event planner.
Mm-hmm.
And you had so many people that came out, and it's a lot of people that I haven't, I met but don't remember. I may have met them a long time
Yeah.
ago. But just to see how they come together to celebrate you, and they talk so highly of you. And I remember used to come to the schools and speak about the Buffalo Soldiers. That was such
Mm-hmm.
like that was my favorite thing growing up, because I'm like, oh, my grandfather is coming, and he's gonna tell you all about it. And I used to love just listening to you talk about the history, because you are very knowledgeable of that. So I
Thank
feel
you.
like you'll definitely be remembered as a good person. So, what is one sentence as we close out that you would like to leave the audience and the family with? Because this is really for the family. So, what would you like to leave with us?
For the younger people, I would just simply say, follow your dreams. But in following your dreams, know that your enemy to those dreams is reality. And you have to deal with reality. Your path to your dream is never going to be in a straight line. Reality is going to set in. It's going to throw some turns in the roads. It's going to throw some bumps in the roads. It's going to throw some circles even where you have to come back and start over again. And it's going to even throw some exits where you have to get away from your dream and maybe come back to it later on. But realize that when you're working towards that dream, all those obstacles that come into play are all experiences that you can use later on. So don't look at those things as frustrating as they can be, as you said earlier. Don't look at those things as uh, a total disarray of your planning. Just try to build on those experiences and use them as you work towards your dream. Sometimes your dream even changes. You get involved with other things, other exceptions along that path, and you find something else that may turn your interest towards that dream rather than what your initial dream is.
Yeah.
But don't, no matter what that dream is, uh, don't set it totally aside in your mind. Always say, I can do this. Maybe I have to take a different route, but I think I can still get there if I go around rather than going straight over the hill to get to it. Don't give up on your dream. If your dream changes, then okay, use those experiences that you've had along the way to work towards your new dream.
All right, so I want to say thank you to my pop-up for being in this video. I'm so excited to continue to grow on the legacy journey. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe. It helps me out so much. Make sure you follow me on all my socials: Instagram at Alana.Nichelle, Twitter at Alana_Nichelle, Snapchat at forbiddenxx, and TikTok at Alana.Nichelle_. Be sure to follow my business page at Vision11 Events on Instagram. And I will see you guys in my next video. Again, big thank you to my pop-up. I love you so much. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Remember, much love and positive energy. Bye.
Got it?
I'm good. Thank you so much.
Okay, let me know.